I'm Van.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
Called me a Chip and Ghosty.
My man Ghosty is. I was looking at the Middle America stuff, and Ghosty was out there chilling. He looks like he's sitting in the sun or something.
He looks so cool.
I feel like Ghosty is probably the coolest member.
I agree.
Of thing of all time.
Yep, I would agree with that.
So.
Oh, wonderful.
People are so silly. It's 65 million years because the article says so.
I know. Well. Okay, we're going to do Metallica.
Metallica! No, nothing like Short of Straw.
This is Turn the Page, actually. Have you heard this one before?
No. This was part of. I'm pretty sure that this song was on the. No, Garage Inc. Yeah, I don't even know they had a thing called Garage Inc. Okay.
Oh, really?
Turn the Page. I don't. Yeah.
1998.
Never heard of it. I was still listening to B.I.G. in 1998. Biggie.
Isn't that when Maine had the ice storm?
I was
the ice storm of 98.
Babe, I was trying to survive. I'm saying that was like at the height of like we're not gonna make it out of here alive.
Oh my gosh. Well, the ice storm was fun, actually. All right, you ready?
For timely topical political commentary, you can check us out at Middle America with Vin and Sori. All right, let's do it.
Go. Go.
On a long and lonesome highway east of Omaha.
Here we go. Country
To
Alica.
the engines moaning out his one old song. You think about the woman, the girl you knew the night before. But your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do. When you're riding 16 hours, there's nothing much to do. And you don't feel much like riding, you just wish the trip was through. Here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage. There I go, then star again. There I go, turn cigarette, remembering what she said. What she said.
I kind of felt bad for him on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, if you can pull up the whole lyrics, because if I do it this way, it's gonna be.
It's
he's
right
talking
there.
about
It's
on
life
the
on
road.
the road, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
But he's saying, are you gonna think about your thoughts are like wandering around, and are you gonna think about like the woman? I'm assuming that's his girl, or the girl right there.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be his girl.
Well, because it says you could think about the woman or the girl you knew the night before. So, the woman to me, I would just think that's
you're looking the woman as in his woman, and then
or the girl you knew before.
The
right?
girl you knew would be the
right.
The,
You know how you always say
groupie.
like the one that they're married to or they're committed to is like their girl, but then the jump off girl is not as me.
Yeah.
So I think that's why he did the woman girl thing.
Yeah.
So just like you can do one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But then he said, but his thoughts are just going to wander all over the place because he does such long drives and such long trips. And obviously you get sick of it. But when he talks about entering the restaurant, that's when I kind of like, I don't know, if I understood what he was saying, what I got from it was, you're all strung out from being on the road and now you're coming into this restaurant and like people are like staring at you, and so he's part of Metallica. People are gonna recognize him. I'm assuming Metallica, I don't really actually know what they really look like. I'm assuming that they have long hair because the same old cliche, is it a woman, is it a man?
Well, it's not is it a woman? Is it woman, is it man?
Yeah.
I don't think
Does that make a difference?
I don't think it's is it a woman, is it a man?
What do you think it is?
I think it's whose fault is it? Is it the woman's fault? Is it the man's fault? That's what it looks like to me. It doesn't look to me to be they can't tell if Metallica's male or female. That's never been a thing.
Oh, I didn't know if he was saying like What do you mean? Whose fault
Because
is what?
one of the themes,
going with the girl?
Well, one of the themes throughout the whole song is the interaction with women.
Yep.
So, you're waking up and then the chattering is happening and da 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 da. But I don't think.
No, he's not waking up.
Well, he's waking up. You're shaking off the cold. Da, 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 da.
He says you walk into the restaurant strung out from the road and you feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold. So they've been on the road. He comes into the restaurant.
What are you getting from is it woman, is it man?
What do you mean? Where am I getting that? It's right here.
No, what are you getting from it is what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm getting from it like he walks into the restaurant, people are staring at him, they're like talking, and then it's the same old cliche. When that part, I just thought it was like, is it woman? Is it man? Like when people have like long hair, and then like maybe you haven't been around these types of people, and then they'll be like, I don't know, is it a woman or is it a man? Because the guy has long hair, and you know what I mean. Like so, I guess I might have misunderstood that part, but.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what I got. Just people talking about you. Like, not talking to you, like talking about you instead.
I was just telling somebody about, like, being a YouTuber. And I definitely, it's not a... In every type of lifestyle, there are perks and then there are
Pros
challenges.
and cons, yep.
And so there are some pretty unique challenges to being a YouTuber, and effects on your life and things of that nature. There are also amazing perks to being a YouTuber. That and obviously being a metal. Being in the greatest metal band of all time, probably just body of work. Like I always give the nod to Jay-Z. I think Biggie's a better lyricist than Jay-Z, but if you're looking at body of work and consistency, forget it. So
yeah.
I'm sure being in the greatest band of all time has a bunch of perks, but I also think that there's a lot of like drawbacks to it. Being on the road might sound glamorous, but after 3 years of just being in a bus and eating in diners and the hotel stuff, I don't mind. I don't have a problem with not being in a hotel. A lot of people sometimes they get homesick, they want to be in their bed, or they want their.
You don't have a problem being in a hotel.
No.
Yeah.
Well, when I'm with you, I had other trips where, I had to be in a hotel and I was basically by myself.
Yeah.
I didn't like those, but. I wasn't really in the hotel was it's different being in a hotel with you because I'm chilling, you know what I'm saying? But it kind of functions like a mini vacation.
Yeah.
So that's how most of us interpret the hotel. But actually for these guys, home is vacation and the hotel is work.
Right.
And so
right.
it's
That's true.
But it's one of those things. It's really interesting because in music it's about relating and connecting. But one of the problems that I think musicians have is that once they get to a certain level, the issues that are plaguing them are not relatable to their audience.
Right.
Right? So, I mean, obviously there are exceptions, truck driver, military, so there's connection there. But as far as the unique situations in that these guys have to deal with. Like, for example, a truck driver, like, they're not going to be the center of attention once they walk into...
Right.
Most of us, you can switch on or off. I remember one time we went to the show and I was having a bad day. And, like, I just wanted to kind of, and then we got out and then, we got recognized and then it had to be game on. So, So what I'm saying is these guys have unique challenges that other people cannot relate to.
For sure, yeah.
and that's one of those times when it's like they're making music for themselves. You know what I mean? Like they're making music. Like, so sometimes like you would like.
You mean this song?
Yeah, this song is particularly theirs.
And I think that it's important to do that because you don't want to lose yourself,
right.
when you're making your music because art comes from the center of who you are. So if you've lost that, then it's not your. I don't know. You got to stay true to that form of art.
And that's the other thing too. Like out there in the spotlight, a million miles away, every ounce of energy you try to give away. With the echo, it's like
you just
out there in the spotlight, you're a million miles away, and it's again he says what she said.
I bet that's a double. you're a million miles away.
Yeah.
You're a million miles away from home, and you're a million miles away from, because like if you really like enter into your art, then it takes you places.
Right. So that's the thing about Metallica is that you're on the stage and you're the center of attention. And again, a lot of people would be like, man, I would love for that to happen. I'd love to be able to experience that, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's all it's cracked up to be. You know, there's a reason why all of our heroes they're all drug addicted or ex-drug addicts or alcoholics or ex-alcoholics or dead.
Right.
You know, there's a reason for it. It's because it's like, that's not the thing, you know? Like, and at the end of the day, it's really the people, you know, that's why I love where we're at right now, you know, because my life and my work is centered around the people that usually most people have to make a decision between one or the other, and we don't, and so thank you. But and it's
enjoying our content.
And it is interesting too, is like, you know, like when you go to a show as a kid, you know, like there's a bunch of, we're so freaking late to this thingamajiggy here, but when you're a kid, you circle a date on the calendar. I remember my first Korn show, April 8th, the year 2000, Pepsi Arena.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Oh, I bet.
You know, but for them, it's like, okay, show 8 of 59.
Yeah.
And so when he's talking about, you know, you pour out all your energy, you try to give away, it's because like you recognize that. Like you recognize, I'm sure it's like, there's that pressure of, man, these kids have seen the video, they've seen us rocking, like we got to come out there and give them something. So, which I would assume at the beginning of the tour, sure, but like when you hit that wall, probably like the 30th show, you know? And then if you have a bad night, then people go, oh, Metallica sucks live, da-da-da-da-da. I've heard it so many times. This band sucks live.
And that affects your records, like how much you're going to sell.
Well, yeah, and it also affects your credibility because in metal, you know, like in the metal, really, you earn your stripes in the live show. That's something different from rap. Like Jay-Z went a lot of years just putting out records and not performing.
No.
For a long time, he wouldn't perform because in rap, you earn your stripes by coming up with lyrics. You don't earn your stripes from musicianship because usually you have a producer that makes the beat for you.
Right.
So all of the eggs go into the basket of lyricism. So whether or not you perform it good live doesn't matter to hip hop heads.
Right.
And I was watching, you know, Wu-Tang, and the guy was like sipping on his Hennessy while he was doing a bomb atomically, and it doesn't matter because all anybody cares about is the lyrics.
Can
like
you do it? Yeah.
that was an iconic. I mean, every hip hop head knows that. So it's just very fascinating, like being a hip hop head and being like, okay, it doesn't matter how he sounds live; it's what he's saying.
Right.
But in metal, it's like, no, it matters how you sound and how you perform. And if one person or one reporter goes to a show and you don't have that energy, they're gonna say they suck live.
Well, that's what happens whenever we go to a show. And there was some opening bands where I was like, man.
Yeah.
And because they didn't put out, like I was like, wow, those people.
It's true.
But the ones that like rocked hard, I'm like, I like this band.
Right.
Like it made all the difference.
Right. And we were like, I mean, you're behind the gate. You were right up front.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's one of those situations where you have to go, man, that's a lot of pressure to perform every single day, you know, and then, you know, and nobody, and like I said with Slipknot, the first Slipknot show I went to, which was Tattoo to Earth, was with Metallica. They didn't sound very good live at all. They were terrible live. Well, they didn't have the money they were brand new. Well, they weren't new. It wasn't their musicianship that was a problem. It's just you're in an
production.
You'll see when you, because it's going to be outdoor. You'll see. You're gonna love the energy tonight, though, when it gets dark with the metal.
I
can't wait. So yeah. So it's not like, oh, I feel sorry for them, poor guys. It's not like that, because I hear comments like that sometimes, like, oh, poor rich rock star. It's like, I don't think so. It's just about, hey, this is my experience right now. This is reality. This is what it's like. Here we go. Like, I don't think he's asking for anybody's. You know.
I mean, I felt bad for him because when he said, but here I am, go scroll right here a little bit. Oh yeah, because
On the road again.
But here I am on the road again. There I am up on the stage again. There I go playing the star again. There I go turn the page.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's just becoming routine for him now.
Yeah.
And he's just feeling the emptiness of it, which
Yeah.
you'll feel in everything. There's like literally nothing that won't end up feeling empty unless God is in the mix of it. And that's like literally the only way that something doesn't end up feeling empty at the end of the day.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes is like one of the most. We should probably read it on the way up.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the most like interesting books. Ecclesiastes. It's probably the most rock and roll book in the Bible
Probably.
because
yeah.
it's very dark. It's very. We'll probably go through the whole thing in a Bible bash.
That's
at
what
some
I was
point.
thinking. We should Bible bash
It's
that.
up to Sheikh Ian. So shout out to the big homie, Radiallahu Anhu. But it talks about the vanity, meaningless. Everything is meaningless.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the thing starts, and everything is vanity, and it's chasing after the wind. And you know, it
Yeah.
basically says, you know, give your girl a kiss and tap her on the butt because you know, just enjoy your life because otherwise it's just meaningless. And like at the end of the day, you know, I was talking to you about this
Eat,
yesterday.
drink, be merry, and for tomorrow you die. It says, right?
Well,
Basically.
yeah, in your meaningless life under the sun, and you know, it's like at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody says. You know, Eve, it's hey, you're gonna have pain in childbearing. Sorry, and Adam, by the sweat of your brow you'll eat bread. And what that means is it doesn't matter what you do. And people say, I love my job. And if you ask Metallica, do you love your job? Yes. But you're still going to run into that feeling of monotony
Yeah.
and why am I doing this? And
Yeah.
here we go again and yada, yada,
Yeah.
yada. I've seen guys who have very exciting jobs get bored. Well, time to jump call again. What? Okay. Oh, time to hey-ho again. What are you talking about? Like, that's pretty, you know, so it doesn't matter. Monotony is going to get in there, and you're going to feel that you're working. Sorry.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, good song. I originally was like, this is going to get like a 4 from me. Because I was like, here we go, country-alica.
Yeah.
But I got converted throughout the song.
Really?
Yeah, the song got better and better as it went on. Like I said, originally it started, I was like, oh boy. Like I never come in and say like I'm completely objective and neutral when it comes to the song. Like, no. If I hear the first opening notes and it sounds country, like it immediately pushes me back and I'm like, oh, this is not gonna be good. But then as the song kept going on, I'm like,
So what are you giving it?
when you're riding 16 hours and there's nothing much to do, you don't feel much like riding. You just, oh man, I cannot tell you how much I hate travel. I can't stand it. I hate being on a plane. I hate being on a bus for trillions of cotillions. The only thing that I like is, like, when we move, if we move to Florida or Arizona or wherever we decide on, like, I'm going to send the kids up on a plane and then me and you will drive.
What?
See if she'll co-sign that. I don't think she will. I'm trying to put that on the ether now, inshallah. You think it'll work? I think it will.
Well, you know how it might work? Is my mom might go with them. My mom might fly and meet us there.
Seduct. Okay. What do you give it?
I didn't hear what you gave it.
I didn't give it yet. 9.3.
Oh.
It's a 9.3 to me. It's a good song.
It is a 8.9.
Really? All right. Well, there you go. Omaha! Omaha. All my Peyton Manning fans will know about that. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.